Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in the 2025 Honda Pilot Trailsport in this beautiful diffused sky blue. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Honda's mainstream three-row crossover off-roadified. In this video, we'll tell you how it fits our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, I stole this one away from you.
Did.
I think the blue paint had a little bit to do with it because blue is my favorite color. Never figured that I was a baby blue person until I saw this diffused sky pearl paint, which segues nicely into what do you think of the exterior of this 2025 Honda Pilot Trailsport?
Well, with the fun paint color,
Okay.
I certainly wouldn't have thought it was a Honda Pilot driving down the road.
No.
In a good way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I feel like it might be a divisive color though.
It's got a little whimsy to it.
A little whimsy. And if you're not a whimsical person, you may be like, ugh.
Yeah, so we had a 2023,
Yes.
essentially the same vehicle in the Sonic Gray Pearl paint.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of was.
Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as this one, was it?
Definitely changes
say
the character.
what you want. Yes, the color changes the character, which changes the way you feel in a car.
Mm-hmm. I have felt so much happier in this one.
This one is fun.
Any other thoughts on the exterior? The design, the lights, whatever the case may be.
Well, it's your typical shape of a SUV. Nothing really super stand-outish about it, but I do like the color and I like the black accents.
Mm-hmm. Unique to the Trailsport.
Well, that I didn't know that, but I do like that.
Yeah.
That makes it nice.
Tucker, you said you noticed something about this being a Honda Pilot. What else do you know about a Honda Pilot? Do we know somebody that owns one?
Yes, Grammy and do.
Yeah, and what's different about theirs?
It's black.
Yeah, and it's boxy, isn't it?
It is boxy, yeah.
Yeah, this one is boxy up front, but curvaceous everywhere else. You like that?
I do like it better.
Yeah.
I do like the newer styles of the...
So yes, my parents own a second generation 2012. It's the refrigerator box, as I call it. Very boxy.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a fourth generation. The third generation was too round. I felt like the previous was too boxy. This is a good blend of both, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how many Pilots I've seen of all generations since we got this.
To me, this one leans more towards the boxy than the traditional curvy of a SUV style these days. Well, I don't know. People are going more boxy, so.
But it works.
But it works. I like it.
Yeah. All right, moving inside. What are your thoughts in here?
Well, I like the orange stitching.
Again, Trailsport
Which is the Trailsport, and it's got Trailsport on it. And then your materials are, I mean, there's not like a super interesting design in here. It's just a regular design, but the materials are nice and nicely.
You want to know the industry term for everything in here?
Okay.
Utilitarian.
It's utilitarian. It's functional.
Yeah. It's not overly beautiful. The materials are nice.
Exciting.
But yes, like
I've
got
nice.
a upper glove box storage here with an actual glove box here. Tons of storage in the doors.
What's this little cubby for?
I don't know. Maybe your Kleenex. You normally put you've got the Kleenex. Let's see, where is it? Here, perfect size, right here. Boom. That's what goes in there. Because we know how you love all your crap sticking out in vehicles. But I don't know what would fit there, and it's all hard plastic, so it's gonna make a lot of noise. Whatever you put in there.
Test it out.
Okay. Maybe a bottle of Purell.
You know, you have like a little shelf over here, which is nice, and another 2 cup holders right there, as well as a cubby there, lower storage in the door.
Okay, you said cup holder. 1, 2, 3 and a half, 4 and a half. Like 4 cup holders just up here alone, and then even more back in the back. Again, utilitarian.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Even right in the middle.
So
and we've got the weather floorboards.
All-weather floor mats.
Which is nice. I like that.
Is going to come in handy on a day like today when we're tracking in water with us.
So what I like about this car is that there's no doors to get to the back. And there's this little space between these two chairs.
Yeah.
And you can just walk right through to the very back.
And it makes it pretty easy, huh?
And
I like that too.
Tucker's insight on the back 2 rows is a great segue to putting in his child safety seat and talking rear storage in the way back. Before I bring Tucker's child safety seat here into the 2nd row, I will be installing it in the 3rd row. But to get back there, I do want to talk about how this seat moves before we do any and all of that, because these aren't my favorite 2nd row seats, in that when you push the button to access the 3rd row, the seat back folds forward and then everything slides. So unlike the most recent competitor to this vehicle in the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek, where everything just tilted forward and retained its shape, here in the Honda Pilot, not so much. Before I climb back in the back though, I'm going to take advantage of some of the niceties here in the 2nd row. I'm going to go ahead and close the door. Lots of storage in the door, dual level storage with 2 cup holders here in the door. We've got built-in sunshades, which you know Holly and I love. We have air vents on the back of the center console, not in the ceiling. Again, the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek did have them in the ceiling, which I like that a lot, but you have all your controls back here, including a full auto mode. So you give and you get a little bit. A lot of storage in the back of the seats up front here, but we actually get a cell phone pocket that has felt on the back side of it. So you can actually put your cell phone right here and then charge it with the 2 USB-C ports right here. We also have a household style plug right there. All-weather floor mats in all 3 rows of this, but only the front seats get the Trailsport badged ones. These are just very nicely, very well fit, and they do have little locking mechanisms in them as well. This being the Trailsport, we do not get the bench seat up here, and I do believe that's because of the weight of the vehicle. So no bench seat here in the 2nd row, but we get this nice flat spot here that you could climb through if you needed to get to the back, or use as a lower center console. I know growing up, my parents would have put a bunch of toys in between my brother and I here so that we did not like bicker and all that fun stuff. But you have asked in previous videos, how easy is it to get in between the 2nd row of seats? Well, let's get to the back row by climbing through here. Not too bad. And then once you are back here, there is a button on the back of the seat so that you can exit as well. So all that, very nice. Now that I am in the 2nd row, before I bring Tucker's child safety seat, we do get air vents here in the side that are like blowing across me. So my arm might freeze, but I could put a couple of cups here in the cup holders and keep them nice and chilled. Interesting packaging over here, just in the way they do all of that. I do have a USB-C a little bit further back here, and all of that is repeated here on the driver's side as well. What is not repeated on both sides of the vehicle are lower latch points for child safety seats. Those are only here on the passenger side of the 60-40 split 3rd row seat, though we do have top tethers all the way across, and our 3rd seat belt is up here in the ceiling, so that when you fold these seats down, you do have a nice flat floor with nothing coming from the ceiling. But now is for the most fun part of my job. I'm gonna bring in Tucker's child safety seat, put it in here, then we'll talk rear storage, then I'll take it out, we'll fold the seats down, and we'll get it to where he's been riding this entire video. All right, bringing in Tucker's Graco Extend-A-Fit child safety seat. Do like they have dual steps to get in the back here, but very easy, wide opening doors, very easy to get the child seats in the back seat. And because these headrests fold when you fold the seats, they aren't adjustable height-wise, so you just kind of have to wedge this top tether through just a little bit, but there we go. Lower anchor points are marked with buttons on the seat back. You know where to aim when pointing the connectors down here, and then we can snug this up. These are also reclining seats. There's a little strap here on the inside, so you can adjust the incline of the seat back, but this is its most upright position. So we'll go ahead, tighten these down, and now we'll go around to the back, tuck cargo behind the third row, and we'll do this all again in the second row. Coming up to the back of the vehicle, we do have a power lift gate. So I know I've brought up the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek several times in this video. Pathfinder did not get a power lift gate on the Rock Creek model. We do here on the Pilot Trailsport, so that is a very nice touch. Another thing I really like back here is this reversible rear cargo cover. So we do have additional storage underneath, but you've got a carpeted side and a hard plastic side. So depending on what you are doing, you can flip and fold that over one way or another. I really like this hard plastic side for dirty items back here in the back. Again, you can see top tethers all the way across, but we only need it right here where I've installed Tucker's child safety seat. And you can see very short overhang here, so very easy to install. It is a two-handed process. I only have the one right now, but I give it a very good B+ for the third seat install right here. And then just a little bit of extra cargo space. We do have some power back here, though not a lot, no household style plug or anything like that. I'll put the total cargo numbers here on the screen, behind the third row, behind the second row, and behind the first row. Coming to me, again, power programmable hatch. You actually hold to set the height by pushing that button right there, but this is its widest opening. I'm 5'10", plenty of room underneath it. Fits in our garage nice and tidily, though it is a very snug fit, I will say, since we have two single bay door garages. Yeah, that's right. But now we get to undo this and do it all again for the second row. Bringing in Tucker's Graco Extended Fit Child Safety Seat, we're actually gonna see how well it does in its reverse mounting position here. This is the same one he rode in when he was rearward facing, and a little bit of space may need to be given up by the front seat right here, but plenty of space here in the second row with the second row seat all the way back. Very huge win here in this big 3-row family SUV, that it can hold a rear-facing car seat without really compromising front seat space. Now, coming to putting it in the way he's been riding this entire video, drop that down and go ahead and put the the lower latch points in. They are exposed with hard plastic around them, so seat material is not covering them. I like that a whole lot, and it makes them very easy to get to. These two are reclining second row seats, so you can kind of snug that up just a little bit. And you already know they slide, but they don't slide a lot, but it gives me just enough space to kind of blindly come back here and snug this up two-handed so that this car seat isn't going anywhere. All in all, I give this a solid B+ in all rows, mostly getting a demerit here in the second row, simply because now I can't fold it forward to get in the third row. I have to go through the middle or through the passenger side. All right, so thank you, Tucker, for your input and thoughts there in the second row. You know some other nice things in the second row, Holly?
The all-weather thing?
Yeah, all-weather floor mat, built-in sunshades in the windows.
Oh yeah, the built-in sunshades, I like that.
Massive panoramic roof over the second row with a roller shade that works fairly well. More storage things that we didn't get to talk about up here. Qi wireless charger, but a completely rubberized mat up here, so nothing's gonna rattle. Rubberized up here, like, they've done a good job.
They have done a good job. You've got 2-person memory seat that's over here. Heated steering wheel, which you have the button right there. Heated seats,
but not ventilated.
You have the button right there. Not ventilated.
You gotta go up a trim, but
yeah. But the seats are comfortable.
Very.
Speaking of the seats,
I took it to Dallas and back. They're very comfortable.
Yeah,
very comfortable. And this, you know, we opened the center console earlier. It is so wide. It reminds me of a Chevy Tahoe or Suburban. Like, this is a big vehicle for this class. Like, it's verging on body on frame size territory.
But it doesn't feel like you're driving a boat.
Right. All right, so talk about, how does it drive?
I love this car.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
that surprising?
very
I don't know
strong.
how much it is, but so I liked when we drove the 2023. I liked when we drove that. This is 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't drive the 2024.
Nothing's changed.
Okay. Well, I liked when we drove. Well, first of all, I liked driving your parents' car, although it does feel boxy.
Yeah.
I liked when we had the 2023, and then when this showed up in our driveway, I was like, oh, thank God it's a Pilot. I can just like jump in and know where everything's at and drive it, and I know how it's going to drive. I mean, it's a Honda, and so there's not really a lot of surprises with the way that it drives, because it's like the tried and true Honda driving experience, which I like. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like you're driving a boat.
Nope.
If we wanted a 3-row SUV, I'm just going to say it right now, this would be on the list.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is.
Some things Honda does prioritize that you've kind of alluded to. They really like good visibility. So the windows are good and big on this. The mirrors are good and big on this. You can see out the back very nicely in this. All the controls.
The mirror to see the back seat.
All the controls are very well placed, but our viewers helped us find this one after the 2023 version. Can you find the dedicated button to turn on the 360 cameras in this one? I can see it from my vantage point. You cannot see it from yours. It is right here. That is the most genius place for it when you know it's there.
Yeah.
You don't even have to take your hand off the wheel. Oh, thank you for telling us about that.
I mean, that is nice.
Yeah.
I have not
Felt the need?
Felt the need. It's not hard to park. It's not hard to back out.
The steering is perfectly weighted. What are your thoughts on the buttons? Not my favorite, but not a deal breaker.
I know people have a problem with them, but I'm fine with them. Yeah. The screen is like smaller than other cars these days, but that doesn't bother me at all. I would rather be able to find all the buttons that I need to find and find them quickly while I'm driving than to have a bunch of buttons.
Yeah. So yeah, not button overload. Everything is where you'd expect it to be. It drives well, good power delivery, naturally aspirated V6, so very tried and true powertrain in this. All-wheel drive, so even in crazy days like today or the biblical level weather that I've drove through, traction for days, and now we are getting on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, where we can talk about the ride. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there? Bless you.
Little wobbly.
Little wobbly? Holly?
We're about to hit the big bump.
Yes, we are.
There you go. Oh, you couldn't even hear it or feel it.
Yeah. I have to issue a retraction from our previous review of the Honda Pilot Trailsport and subsequent competitors since. I have given this one kind of a bad rap for having an overly floaty suspension. I remember the 23 being more floaty than this. This one, yes, is more floaty than the most recent competitor in the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek, but I think it's just right. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's not too floaty.
Yeah.
Oh, a little floaty right there. But I feel like your parents' version is the floatiest of the ones that we've driven, don't you think?
Yeah. So
what year was that one?
2012.
Yeah.
Second generation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you've already talked about steering. We've already talked about power, parking. Any other thoughts before we talk fuel economy and window sticker?
No, I really like it. I don't remember or worry about cars too much, but I was excited that we had this one this week.
Okay. So, in this one, it is a 2025 model. Not a lot has changed since 23 or 24, or even before that, because we still get the naturally aspirated V6 under the hood, which is a little bit of a downside in this vehicle for fuel economy. 18 city, 23 highway, 20 combined. Not great. In the 300 plus miles that I have mostly driven it, again, took it to Dallas and back, 19.4 mpg. So, you will be paying a price at the pump but very traditional powertrain, less to go wrong because there's less.
I would
there.
get better fuel efficiency.
You would, babe. All right, care to guess?
But how does that fuel efficiency compare to other SUVs this size?
Most are going to turbocharged 4 cylinders, so they perform better.
Oh.
Yeah. Womp womp.
There's that. But it's still 19. That's not bad.
Yeah, for a big 3-row.
For a big
And
3-row.
that white one right up there is a 3rd gen, the predecessor to this one.
And I would get better fuel economy.
Yes.
All right, window sticker. Thoughts on price?
Oh, your face makes it look like I'm going to be disappointed. 52.
Yes, you cheated.
No, I didn't. Is it 52?
It's 52.
Yes. I'm getting so good at this game.
So we're buying it.
Dang, I'm getting good. It would be in my list of
It's on your list?
3-row SUVs. If we were looking at a 3-row SUV,
It's
this would be one of the...
It's missing some things. Small
the head-up
things.
display.
Head-up display, ventilated seats.
Ventilated seats.
Because you only get black leather seats in the Trailsport.
Yeah, but the way they make black seats these days, they're not as hot as they were back in the day.
I'm still missing the ventilation.
Okay. I would like the ventilation.
So maybe
but,
we trade the Trailsport for a different trim, but we haven't gotten to test any other trim yet.
Yeah.
So, there's that. All right.
It would still be on the list.
If you want to see more from Holly, some behind the scenes stuff, go find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, all at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, in what is one of Holly's favorite vehicles that we've tested lately, you've even recommended it to some friends, as have I.
Yeah.
Until next time, gearheads. Bye.
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 Yeah, I think this got a better review from us this time around than it did last time.
Yeah. Probably the blue color makes us feel all happy when we get in.
It makes me feel happy all the time. Just look at it. It's such a happy color.
Happy. Happy.